He sent me 20 leads, not one closed, either for him or for me.
Ooh, that speaks to the realtor right there.
Last I checked, he's got a job now.
Sold the Range Rover. Okay, welcome to the Mortgage Game Podcast. West Coast Whiteboard Wiley in the house. Sometimes I'm in the Dodge Ram studio. Other times I am in this lovely office of mine. This is going to be posted on YouTube and whatnot. And starting to interview people every couple of weeks now, but only if I deem it interesting, only if I know there's a story to share, only if I know there's something that you listening will have a takeaway for. And so today we've got Aldo in the house. Aldo, say hi.
Howdy. Thank you for having me. Thanks for the invitation.
You got it, man. And so, Aldo, I know what's interesting about you. I'm just going to give a little tidbit here, and then we're going to go back to the beginning where you started and how long you've been here and what are you doing now and how many deals you're doing. And we don't need super specifics, but I've been with you long enough to know now your value adds are different than most mortgage brokers. You are an engineer by trade. You are a numbers guy. You are what I call a tactician of like a mortgage broker. You got some people who can wordsmith their way into files and stuff, and you just let the numbers do the talking. And so I'm super excited to have you here. What were you doing before brokering?
Good question. And for a little while, I was trying to launch a digital marketing business. And I had a very niche product servicing Instagram accounts with robots automation. And the model was simple: subscribers, credit card passing every single month, automated reports, account growing. So the whole model was, let's just get as many subscribers as I can, as fast as I can. And I was doing kind of well until one day to the next, Facebook put a guillotine to the whole thing. My clients got a notification saying, you're automating your account, you're breaking policy, we're going to delete your account unless you change your password immediately. That was a 2-year business gone into smoke in one day.
And so you're like, hey, I'm going to be a mortgage broker now.
Then I'm like, back to the drawing board. So me and my wife, she's from Norway. We had been living in Norway for 6 years. We had decided to move to Vancouver. But with that decision, there was a very conscious choice on my end of saying, I don't want to work for anybody because I had very bad, toxic bosses in the past. I want to be independent. I want to have no limits to the income potential. And I want to do something that doesn't kill my weekends and that has something to do with the city that I've chosen to live in. And that in addition matches well with my, I like people, but I also like numbers.
What do you like more, people or numbers? Trick question.
People.
Okay. Sure.
I'm an extrovert.
So how long have you been brokering for?
Since August 2020.
Okay. So you're coming up to 6 years. Like, you're doing well, man. You've got a nice thing going. Maybe it doesn't feel like it on your end because you're just so close to it, but like, you're pumping out good volumes, man. Do you want to share what types of volumes you're working on?
My first fully tracked year, 2021, it was just under 5 million.
Okay.
2022, it jumped to 17. 2023, 19. 2024, 31. 2025, 35. This year, 22 closed and done.
So you're consistently moving up.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. How you're tracking with your business, that's how people coming in the industry think it's going to go. And then a lot of times they get a little pop because they get through their circle of friends and family and they're like, this is easy. And they know a realtor or two. And then it's like, oh shit, I don't actually have a business. And it goes, and they're like, what do I do? What do I do now? Especially in harder times. Your trajectory just keeps going up. Is there something you can put your finger on there? Or is it you're doing the basics, you're doing the thing, you're getting better at your craft, real estate prices are maybe even trending up or more people are in trouble? Like, is there a couple things you can pinpoint?
Yeah, so I think I was lucky. Number one, that I didn't know anybody when I came back to the city, that I started from zero. And number two, I think I was lucky that it was COVID. And not from the sense of COVID was crazy for buyers and a lot of activity, but from the sense of where do you meet clients? The answer is you couldn't meet them face to face. Nobody was meeting. So therefore, how do you solve the challenge of bringing clients without ever meeting them? And that's a really good business choice too, because not meeting clients face to face is a big time saver. So I thought, okay, what is the digital version of a door knock? And for me, that was on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. Okay. Is that your main source? Is that your farming ground?
That's where it all started. It's grown from there. And then obviously also along the way, you work with realtors and you start getting referred by the realtors and all those things. But my very first clients, there were people who came to me on LinkedIn on a direct message. I wasn't even posting on LinkedIn. It was just direct messages.
So you didn't know anyone. You said that, hey, I think it was an advantage that I didn't know anyone. What do you mean by that?
Because of what you said, that people finish through their contact lists and they've milked mom and dad and the cousins and the uncles, and then what?
And they think they got it figured out. They think they got the business figured out, and they actually weren't doing true prospecting. They were just
They
telling
were
their
just
circle.
relying on their existing networks, which is a huge, I mean, I wish I had a nice, huge network to start with, but I had started from zero. So that meant from day one, I was searching, farming, hunting, putting myself out there.
It's all you knew.
That's all I knew.
It's all you knew. So you just opened LinkedIn one day, changed your profile, went in Aldo, mortgage broker, I'm awesome at stuff, and then just started messaging people.
Yes, but the people who I messaged was a very defined audience. I'm Mexican. I speak Spanish. Latin immigration to Vancouver has grown like crazy over the past few years. So that's a very natural audience for me. The Spanish speakers that are just immigrated, that don't understand corporate transfer taxes or financing or how to bring money from your country, blah, blah, blah. It's a very natural audience for me and for them to connect with me as well. So I would filter for that on LinkedIn, because you have that kind of filters on LinkedIn. You have filters for language. The filter that I used was for university. I want you to have attended a very expensive private university in America.
Okay.
You have university education. Therefore, hopefully, you have a decent paying job. And because it was private and expensive, your parents paid for it. And that's your down payment. Vancouver being Vancouver, you can't work with clients who are earning as a household less than 120.
Yep.
Like, you just can't. 120 as a minimum.
I love that you use that as your filter. And then when you reached out, did you reach out to them in Spanish?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Hey, Juanita, or whatever the name is. Not Johnny.
Not Johnny. Yeah. Yeah.
Good connecting with you. I'm Mexican. I look to connect with other Latinos in the area. I'm a mortgage broker. By the way, our community is kind of ignored by the financial sector, by the real estate sector, all of those things. I'm here to offer my help. And by the way, if you know anybody in BC who's looking to buy or sell real estate, could you please connect us? So I didn't ask them, do you need a mortgage? I would say, if you know anybody. Nobody said, I know Ramon. But Juanita would say, I need it.
Interesting. So you put that energy out. How many of those outreaches did you do a day? Was there a method to your madness there?
Automation.
Okay. So you automated it before there was automation, like AI automation. Did you have additional third-party software in there doing it for you?
Yeah. So there's this third-party software that automates the thing. I mean, you feed it a list of results from LinkedIn, and you tell it, these are the messages that I want you to send. It's like a drip campaign done over LinkedIn, and it only changes the first name. So it's not automation from the sense of I'm going to speak to you with something very specific about your situation. It's rather just automating the outreach, and it would stop the moment somebody responded. And that's just your conversation.
And you jump in. And if someone didn't respond, did it bring out like part 2 of that a week or 2 later?
Right.
Gotcha. So you built a drip campaign. It wasn't a bot because there was no communication. It just shut down. And then, okay. So you have this out, you're in LinkedIn, and you're still not posting content at this point.
I've tried. I have been posting a little bit here and there, but very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. And you know how it is. You get split into a million directions.
Yep.
I mean, 100% my priority is the accepted offer and the pre-approval. So marketing by good service.
LinkedIn is what started everything for you.
Yeah.
It gave you the leads to cut your teeth on and to build up your email list and to follow up with and whatnot. And then take it from there. Did you get any referral partners from LinkedIn from doing that?
I actually offered to do the same for referral partners on LinkedIn. It's like, hey, I'm doing this. You've spoken with $1 million brokers before, but I bet nobody has ever told you about this. You want me to help you build new clients for you from LinkedIn so that we can work them together. Who says no to that? And in that process, you have 2 feet in the door, right?
Yep.
You become the natural person to speak to, not just for the LinkedIn clients, but in general, provided that you communicate well and have good service and, do what you say that you're going to do and those things. You get a big foot in the door, and then they become your referral partners.
I'll tell you this, anyone listening, like he's making it sound really easy. And I'm here to tell you, it is actually that easy. And LinkedIn, I'm saying for years, LinkedIn is very undervalued in the mortgage space. If you actually think about it, you want to talk to decision makers. But a lot of us do. I'm not saying, you want people with provable income, good jobs, good education, good credit. You want white collared. And if that's what you want with the decision makers, those people aren't hanging out on TikTok usually. They're definitely hanging out on LinkedIn. And I'm like, it's so underserved from a mortgage broker perspective. It's a gold mine if you treat it as such, like if that is your avatar. So you went at it from a different angle.
And maybe they do hang out on TikTok and they do hang out on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
The beauty of LinkedIn is that you can filter for it before you even reach out. I want your title to say senior.
Ah.
I want you to work at Amazon.
Yeah.
You can filter for all those things instead of being a random person on TikTok that saw you that you have no idea who that is.
So your value add starting out was you had commonality with the people because of where you're from and the language you speak. And I love how you hit on, hey, our community is underserved by the Canadian banking system. And so you weave that in there where you're like, hey, I've got your back. Like that's one piece. I didn't know that. Anyone listening or watching here, we don't script this out before. This isn't any of these things. Like we're not sitting there going, I'm going to ask you these questions and that and that. And what book did you read and this and that? We don't do that. This is like off the cuff. We're going to dig deep. I don't know where this is going. I didn't know a bunch of those things about you. So I think that's very intriguing. But now the part I do know about you is you're a numbers guy. You let the numbers do the talking. Walk me through some scenarios that the average mortgage broker, maybe not scenarios, but the average things you present to clients. I've seen your spreadsheets. They're quite spectacular. Walk me through, if I was a client of yours, like the stuff you're going to show and map out for me and forecast for me, and that the average mortgage broker just does not do or can't wrap their head around.
So a lot of my clients, my first question is, are you or are you not a PR?
Okay.
Because Canada, foreign buyer bans, Vancouver or British Columbia, additional, the foreign buyer tax, etc. But that also tells me an extra thing. And it goes back to the idea of parents bringing the down payment. And it is, if you are PR in the last 5 years and you have 35% down, you qualify for a different set of programs for newcomers. From that very first question, I start creating a picture in my mind of where this is going. But I do like scenarios on the call for them. I underwrite the deal on the spot on my spreadsheet.
So on your discovery call, your first point of contact is typically 30 to 60 minutes.
Yep.
And you start running scenarios live for them. Is it on video or is it a phone call and you're running numbers?
Video phone call ideally.
So you're a video call, or do you use, because people like to know these details, do you use Zoom, do you use Google Meet, do you use something else?
Google Meet.
Okay, you use Google Meet, and I'm guessing you're recording that call somehow, probably through Granola or through Gemini or something.
Subscription, yeah.
Okay.
I don't video record the call, but I have the note-taking piece.
Transcribe it. Okay. So we're sitting here talking and you're doing it. Am I seeing what you're doing?
Yep.
You're walking through the pre-approval.
Do you want me to show you right now?
Shit, of course.
This is where I underwrite a deal on a live call. Client name, immigration status, PR. I take some notes here. I look at their income. I look at their equity or down payment. And then I just go back here for the kind of program that I'm looking at. What kind of GDS or TDS can I use? Is that a 39% and 44? Is that a special program? So in this case, for these clients, it's a refinance. They want a HELOC. She earned $60K. And they have a lot of equity. So I'm thinking, okay, Manulife, Equity Advantage Program, 35% equity, maximum 65% loan to value, 70-70 on my ratios, and I find my maximum price, which in this case, with zero down payment, is the actual mortgage amount.
So you're building a story. You're seeing if these are clients you can even do something with based on the information they're giving you.
So normally I don't show my full underwriting, but I show them this. Okay, I build a couple scenarios for you. So obviously these two are more or less the same. Let's just do 25 and 4%. I walk them through the numbers. So I show them this is your purchase price, this is your down payment. By the way, this is how much you're saving from your very first payment. This is like putting money into your piggy bank. This is going to be your property transfer tax. This is your total closing costs. These are going to be your total expenses.
But you're taking them at their word right now. And I used to do this all the time and it worked phenomenal because no one ever does it, right? You stand out right away on the first call, but you're taking them at their word that, hey, I earn this amount of money. My credit is probably in this range. These are my liabilities. Like you're not running apps on the call.
No.
Okay.
But I go deep with the questions, right? Like, okay, tell me about that pay stub. Is it actually 40 hours? I've done this long enough that I can tell whether that's a reliable number that I can use, or sometimes in the phone call, I just say, you know what? There's a few moving pieces here. let's just get the document so we can confirm everything.
So you're teasing them in a very nice way. Like instead of just telling them what you're going to do, you're showing them on the spot, instant wow factor. And then you're sort of dangling the carrot for like, hey, if you want the polished version of what we can actually execute for you, now I need the application and the documents you said. Once I validate all that, then I'll come back to you with the proposal or whatever you call it.
Yeah. So in the phone call, I say, in this phone call, what we're going to do is a pre-qualification, which is you tell me how much you earn, how much you have, how much you owe. And based on that, we do some scenarios. Then I walk you through the process of how the purchase works, your down payment, all those things. And then if everything looks good, then we go to the pre-approval stage. And the difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval is obviously documents and a credit check.
That's so cool. There's so many similarities from what I did and what you did. And I was going to say maybe, but I'm going to say no, definitely more polished on what you did. How many referrals do you get? Do you get people coming back going, hey, you helped my friend and you do budgets and I want to see that? Like, do you have people call like literally say that? Like, I'm calling to you because my neighbor said you do budgets and you'll show me the numbers.
I think what they get from this is a sense of security and certainty, and they see it right there. And I never had anybody call it budgets directly, but I've had people say, like, I hear that you explain things really well and that you take the time to explain and that you show it, counting apples.
Yeah.
For me, that first phone call, that's the time where I earn the client. With clients that have more questions, sometimes I spend 90 minutes.
On the initial discovery call.
On the initial discovery call. But I take the time to knock out all their questions, answer them in a way that nobody else will. I look for a moment, ideally, where the client will say, you know what, I didn't know that. I had never heard about it. And I tell them, you know what, in this phone call, I want to be able to tell you things that you didn't know you wanted to ask about.
You're doing the opposite.
And that's education.
Yep.
And people value education. So what are the things that you didn't know you wanted to ask about? Well, posted rate penalty, what's that about?
So you're looking for a way to get your foot in the door, in the crack of the door, and then you're like, I got this. Now I know where I can lean in and add the value. I'm going to show it through numbers. I'm going to show it on the spot. And I call this scaling the unscalable. A lot of people talk about scaling. They're like, I want 10-minute calls. I want documents up front. I'm going to hand them off to someone. I'm just going to go, do. The proof is in the pudding on your numbers. Like you're inching up every year in a nice trajectory. It's working for you. What sort of support do you have? Because I know people are wondering, like, why can you spend so much time on this? What type of support do you have in the business?
Compliance and payroll.
Okay. So you're doing full fulfillment, full underwriting, ordering appraisals, checking, keeping everyone updated. You're doing your signing packages?
That's part of the compliance service.
Gotcha.
For 4 months, I had an assistant. Didn't work. So next step, what I want to do is actually have a proper underwriter that can do, process a pre-approval and process a file once it's live. And I can do a lot more of this. This is the part where I talk numbers and I talk to people. Those are the things that I like.
And so how much of your business now is still from the Spanish-speaking demographic?
50, 60%.
Okay. I would say that the numbers you do, and you just showed us like the lightest version of what you do. You have very complex stuff you can get into because you understand other strategies. I would say that's the backbone of your business. And it's probably what gave you the confidence so that you could actually stand out from all the other mortgage brokers, all the other banker, all the other thing. You're slowing down, you're asking the right questions, then you stack on layers of questions to go deeper. You pull on that string and you back it up through running the numbers. And you're just building a certain comfort level and massive trust with the client right up front. Very rare other people are doing that.
I also like showing them what could be possible, right?
Not just what they came in asking. You're going, hey, based on what I know about you now, we could do this. Have you ever thought about this?
The house with the rental suite, the Smith maneuver thing, the all-in-one mortgage where you can do the power of the paycheck. Here's for information. Here's other things that you could consider. So just to plant those seeds.
So you're on pace for 40 million this year, give or take. Been in the game 6 years. You started here with no circle. You started here not really knowing much about anything here. You came in more of a lifestyle choice. You wanted to build a business around the lifestyle you wanted. What would you tell that Aldo 6 years ago that you know now? Because that earlier version of you had some hard days. You had months where you were questioning, holy shit, should I even be doing this? Is this the thing? For sure you did. What would this Aldo now tell that Aldo?
I used to chase a lot of files that led nowhere. The rate shoppers, the people who can't, the people who maybe can if they have to jump through 10 hoops and duck under 10 bridges. And, chase them and follow them up and this and that, and spending way too much time chasing dead ends, basically. So I would say cut that as fast as you can. And it's really hard in the beginning because that's what you have on your plate at that moment. So it's like, okay, how am I going to say no to something that I have right here that may become something, for the idea of going after something that is in principle more secure, but I have no idea where that is or where that's going to come from, right?
It's almost like you need to go through it to some degree.
I do think that you have to go through it to see what's possible, to see what's not possible, to have a better read on people. One of the early realtors that I connected with, Latin American as well, with realtors, there's a lot of smokes and mirrors, right?
Yeah.
They're all super successful. I was chasing one of them and he sent me 20 leads. 20 leads. Not one closed, either for him or for me.
Ooh, that speaks to the realtor right there.
Remember at some point we talked about milk and squirrels?
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. And then he would be sending those leads to me.
Yeah.
Leads that had no idea what they were talking about, that had no idea how to do it, that needed massive education, only for them to be unable to do anything.
Interesting.
And that was just a result of where that realtor was finding his leads.
Yeah.
Last I checked, he's got a job now.
Sold the Range Rover. Are you always this calm?
Calm?
Calm. Yeah. Like this is just always your demeanor. Like it's a stressful gig. You said before this podcast started, we had a small chat. I'm like, what could you tell like someone coming in the game? Like you still have volume coming in and you're going to do very well, but you still don't know where the leads are coming from to some degree.
100%. I have no idea. I have no idea where they're coming from. I know that they're going to show up from somewhere, but this business is so spread in your network, your past clients. How many past clients do you have? Any one of those could refer you at any time. You don't know where that's coming from. You have realtor partners. Well, depending on how active they are or they are not, anybody of those could come with a referral to you at any time. And who knows when that person is going to buy or if they can, but, new referral partners, your latest LinkedIn post or message, like you just don't know.
It's called omnipresent. You have to be everywhere all the time, but you have to lay the roots in all those spots because there's never comes from one spot and you need to like pick yourself up in the down months. But if you're only putting all your eggs in one basket, it's just really hard. Something you get cut off, much like a previous business you had that just got cut off one day. That can happen in the mortgage side if you have like two top producing realtors or one and it gets hit by a bus, God forbid. Or just like, I don't like you anymore, Aldo. I'm going over here.
And that's happened to me. It happened to me with a realtor who just plain out stopped talking to me. I don't know why. But you know what? The damage is this big.
Because you're so spread out. What are you doing right now proactively to put your name in front of people, to keep conversations going? Can you walk us through a couple things? They might seem super simple to you, but they won't to other people.
I continue with the LinkedIn thing.
The automated outreach has just gotten more, you tighten it up, it's gotten better.
I continue with it. I also add them into my email drip campaign.
Fucking rights. Yeah.
They get the choice to unsubscribe, but they're not asked if they want to be in it.
Love it. Love it.
That goes out every single week. So they saw me on LinkedIn with a direct message. They saw me on LinkedIn with a follow-up message. They saw me on LinkedIn when I posted something, and they're seeing me every single week.
You're not posting regular, because like you just showing spreadsheets. I know you've done some of them, but if that was a consistent one every couple day thing, like this could go crazy for you, but you're not even doing that.
No, and I'm aware that I have to. But the 10 hats thing, right? And you get torn and you don't prioritize it and you...
Yeah. But once you get other areas of your business taken care of with some help, then you can go back to that. But what you're doing is working. So it sounds like your lead generation, it's built off of some deeper relationships you've built over the years, but with the outward cold outreach, outward prospecting, that's still all based around LinkedIn.
Yeah. And I still offer that to some of my realtor partners. Say, I can do this for you.
Do any of them take you up on it?
Oh, yeah.
So you just go into their LinkedIn and set up the same thing you have, but from them?
And now I'm running an automated drip campaign for them. So now I tell them, hey, we're going to add you into an email drip campaign, or not you, but the people that you connect to on LinkedIn. We're going to add them to your bi-weekly email drip campaign sent from your email, from your name, direct response to you. I manage the backend.
So I want to break this down for everyone because it's freaking brilliant. He's going out the value add to his referral partners. He's saying, hey, this worked for me. I want to show you how I can set up for you. And then anyone who comes in, even your current database, let's take that because your marketing is shit. Let's take that plus any leads that come from this program I'm setting up for you. Leads that come in, we're going to push them right into a drip campaign that goes out every 2 weeks. It's all going to come from you. It's going to come from your URL. It's going to be responded to your email. I'm going to go set it all up. I'm going to control it. And I'm even going to pick up the tab on it. Is that what you're saying?
I pick half the tab.
Half the tab. Okay.
I want them to have a little bit of skin in the game.
Love, love, love it. Skin in the game.
It's not just, yes, please do it for me. It's like, we're going to do it together. To run this thing, the actual cost is about $2,000 a year. I mean, versus the rewards you can get from it, it is not much.
For each realtor?
Total cost. So I say, I take 1,000, you take 1,000. We partner on this for a year. But if you can't come up with 1,000, it's like, no.
Are they paying the 1,000 up front or is it a monthly thing?
They have to pay a subscription up front for, not to me.
To the company you're using. Gotcha.
And they paid up front and we set it up for a year. They have skin in the game. They're committed.
Are you getting access to their email addresses, their database?
With some I do. With some, it's just for the new leads created through LinkedIn. And I offer it to them. Like, look, let's do it on LinkedIn. Let's create 200 contacts on LinkedIn. Let's look at the statistics of how much they open. And then if you want to, you can bring in your database.
Yeah.
So I don't force them into it. It's like, we're dating. Let's go step by step before we get married.
Buddy, I love this. It's so under the radar. It's so my speed and style.
You know, it's just multiplying the outreach through other people's networks.
You're stacking leverage.
And just being in the background. In those email campaigns that I send for them, my name never shows up. The word mortgage shows literally 2 times in 26 emails. When you need to buy, you may need to consider a mortgage. And there's another email that talks about what I as a realtor do with my own property. Once a year, I review XYZ. Among them, I reach out to my mortgage broker to see if it's still the right solution for me.
The thing I love about this is realtors get hit up all day long from mortgage brokers. They get hit up from every angle, people trying to sell them shit. Another broker coming in going, hey, let's have coffee and see if we like each other. And you coming in going, hey, I've done this for my business. I want to show you how to do it for your business. And then I'm also going to do this. I'm going to partner with you and I'm going to build it all for you, set it, forget it. And it's going to bring opportunities for you out of nowhere that you never had before. That's what Aldo brings to the table. Oh, and I'm also a kick-ass mortgage broker. Do you want to meet?
That's essentially it. And then you're not asking for anything. You're offering, you're bringing value. And you just say on the deals that come out of this, obviously the expectation is that we work together.
You're bringing value, but that's such a loosey-goosey term that gets thrown around so easily in our industry. Add value, add value. Very, very, very few mortgage brokers are adding value in any area. They say they're adding value, but they're truly not. They don't even understand like the meaning of the word, or they're living on 10-year ago brokering value adds. What you just described, outside the box, under the radar, absolutely freaking phenomenal. That's cool, man. So cool. Okay, let's bring this full circle. I could keep talking about this all day long, by the way, and maybe we'll have you back. But what's the future? What's the like Aldo 3 years from now, 4 years from now? And I don't need volumes. It's more like where do you see your business progressing? Is it going down a certain avenue of avatar? Is it pulling you out of it and building a team? Is it you just don't know and you're taking it week by week? What's coming up in the future and why?
I do have a few ideas. And well, the biggest one is underwriter, to be able to bring more deals more frequently, to be less involved in the weeds of the deal. But the other one is growing the average mortgage size. So right now, my average mortgage is about 640. I would like to grow that to 800-900. Where does that come from? I think that comes from the whole idea of, to some degree, sole proprietors with bigger incomes and maybe Manulife One and that sort of situation where you can give a huge benefit to people who have a big pile of cash in their checking account just to be able to sustain their business. The other one is just high marginal tax rates. So Smith maneuver, debt swaps, business cash damming, rental cash damming, all those things. The refinances that come with that. With this whole Smith maneuver thing, I think, and I've said this to other brokers, I think the way to go is to get a license to be able to sell the insurance and the investment piece. And I don't want to do that myself, but I want to have the license and I want to partner up with a team of financial advisors so that I say, hey, I have a book of clients, hundreds of clients deep. I'm going to continue bringing mortgages. I'm going to continue bringing clients. I'm going to be offering the Smith maneuver thing. Okay, I've convinced you about doing the Smith maneuver. I convinced you about the business cash damming, rental cash damming, blah, blah, blah. Now let's implement the strategy. I don't want it to be a handoff to some random financial planner. I want to be a handoff to my partner and go 50-50.
Love it. Is this a true plan? Like, is this like a pie in the sky thing, or this is something you are working towards?
I'm working on it. The other part is finding a financial planner's office that is not just one guy, but maybe a group of guys and gals, 7, 8, 10 financial planners. Hey guys, I bring your clients. We go 50-50 on the assets under management for the stuff that we create through the Smith maneuver, etc. But by the way, your clients also need mortgages.
Very cool. Dude, you're going to have whatever business you want. Like I've been in this game long enough to know I can see it. Whatever version Aldo wants, it's sitting there in front of you. You will get it. I don't say that lightly. I only use those words once in a while, but you're going to have whatever version you want, brother. It's a fun thing to watch what you're doing. And I want you to leave this knowing, I hope for sure there's people out there, like you've simplified everything down, just the way you delivered it. This business is way easier and way simpler, not easier than you think. And I hope other people listening to this are taking that. That's what my takeaways are. It's awesome to watch, man. You're a true pros pro, and I love everything about you and everything you're doing. And the industry's better off because you're here, and your clients are very lucky to have you in your corner. So keep on keeping on, man.
I'm going to say that simple is not easy, though. It has taken a ton of work to get it to the point where it feels simple and to be able to present it to the client in a way that feels simple and understandable. But there's a lot of hours behind that. Maybe that's the chasing the leads that never led anywhere, right? From year 1 and 2. But there's a lot of hours that went behind this to make it feel simple, to explain it to clients in a way that reduces their stress, their anxiety, and uncertainty. And
yeah, you can't learn this in a week. We go back to the saying, one of my favorite sayings is complicated is easy, simple is hard. And that's so true because we complicate the fuck out of everything all over the place. And like simple's really hard. You have to like check yourself, check some balances with yourself like every day. Like, is this part of the mission? Is this going to help accomplish the mission, or is it complicating the mission? Is it stacking on things I don't need for the mission? Why am I bringing on all this operational drag into my business? Like, you need to, audit your own business yourself with an accountability partner or someone else. But very cool, man. Is there anything you want to add before you go? For anyone listening that's sitting there in the trenches, that's just banging their head against the wall thinking, man, this is way harder than I thought, or my business is stagnant right now, and I've been at 15 mil for 3 years, and it's actually trending down. I don't know what to do. Do you have anything you want to say to those people?
Yeah, just keep on going. Keep on showing up. My dad, he had his own business in Mexico for 30-something years. And he used to sell products in Mexican pesos. But he sourced his products in US dollars. And he had credit with his suppliers. 1993, there was a massive peso devaluation. And his debt went from 3 pesos to $1 to 10 pesos to $1 overnight. So his debt, him earning income in pesos, tripled overnight. I was like, holy fuck. Years on, as you understand the heaviness of the situation, it's like, Dad, how do you do that? How do you manage that? Like, he came out of it on the other side and he came out well. How do you do that? I was like, well, there's no crisis that can take 16 hours of work per day.
And there you go.
Adds up that, like, fuck. Respect. So it's a consistency, it's a showing up, it's slow, it's unflashy, but it just builds. My favorite word you said there was slow. Everyone wants things now, 3 months, 4 months, 2 weeks, now. It's like, no. This is a career. It's a 10, 15, 20, 25-year career. Slow and steady, keep stacking. You've proved it, right, with your model. Brother, I got mad respect for you, man. You know that. That's why we're here talking. So I appreciate you coming, sharing your story, your knowledge. I know a lot of people are going to get a lot of really good stuff out of this. I appreciate what you're doing. Keep being you, brother. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thanks to everyone listening. Appreciate the support as always. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend.